Hey everyone! It's been a while since my last tutorial on the girl voice for voice mod, and I have learned quite a bit since then. Enough that I think a new video would be worth it. This video will be a bit longer and focus more on the progressive journey towards mastering the voice effect rather than just the starting point. If you just want something quick and easy and don't care much about the quality, my previous video should be enough for you. If you're looking for better quality though, hopefully this video will help you get there.
So, first of all, this is what my voice sounds like normally. It trends towards being a little deeper, and my normal speech pattern is fairly slow. I also have a fair amount of vocal fry, which is the croaking vibration that happens within your throat as you speak. I am basically on hard mode for this voice effect. Assuming your voice isn't perpetually stuck in movie Batman mode, you should do fine. Let's take a look at the base settings we'll be using.
So, this is where my last video left off and what my voice sounds like at this stage of the process. There are three main settings we'll be starting out with: power pitch, pitch with humanize, and high pass. So here are these settings for your reference. I usually keep the pitch and power pitch within the 60 range, with power pitch being a little bit lower. The reason that these settings work is that the two pitch effects gently move your voice up in pitch in multiple steps without either of them heavily distorting it. This gives you a fuller and more realistic voice than you would get if you just cranked one of these up to a much higher range. High pass, meanwhile, will help cut the deeper end of your vocals out entirely. This effect basically does all the work for you, but it sounds like you're using a very poor quality microphone. That can be fine if you're just pulling a quick prank on some friends or something. But if you're trying to go for authenticity for voice acting or self-expression, we're going to need to go further. The next step is going to treat these settings here like training wheels. The low-quality microphone effect is primarily the fault of regular pitch, so we want to achieve a voice that we can make work with power pitch alone, using only the single instance of pitch shifting. The two main things you'll want to do are speak higher in your throat and raise your vocal pitch. You don't want to do a falsetto though, as that's going too far. You'll notice that the voice now sounds fake and bad. That's actually good. It means that you can lower your pitch setting to get down to the correct pitch. You'll want to turn on Hear Yourself and listen to how you sound. Go ahead and just kind of talk to yourself. Practice reading things out loud or quoting movie lines. And listen to how your voice sounds. You'll want to sort of play with your voice, changing where your focus is in your throat, changing your pitch, your tone, and just kind of fine-tune it until you get to where your voice needs to be. When your voice slips down too far, you can correct your vocals and bring it back up. But when you notice that your voice is consistently very high-pitched, you can lower the amount of pitch you are using. Eventually, you can get rid of it entirely. Once you get to the point where you can do your voice without regular pitch, you can start to play around with the settings to create custom voices. For example, this is what I went with for my angelic voice. I used the delay setting to give an echo to my voice, though the exact amount of echo and how it fades out, I'm basically always changing my mind on. This voice, meanwhile, I actually leaned into the pitch's distortion to create a demonic voice. I have the pitch cranked up a little higher than I normally would,
and am speaking in the same voice I would when trying to make an authentic voice. The higher difference between the two pitches creates a sort of split tone. Personally, I still have a lot of voice practice to do to really master the female voice effect. I still struggle with maintaining the correct pitch while adding emotion. But I do think that these steps will help if you're looking for something more high quality and authentic sounding. I'm using VoiceMod Pro because that's what I ended up using when I got the original voice to work. But I imagine most voice changers should work for creating the final voice. You would just have to skip the training wheels aspect and start practicing using only one pitch change. Just bear in mind, the less your voice needs to be altered, the more realistic it will sound. If you want to follow my attempts to sound better, I usually get up to a fair amount of shenanigans over on Twitch. I'll have that link in the description. I do hope that this video will be helpful, and good luck on your voice training journeys.